You are now watching Unks in the Building. UNCS. Unks in the Building. Resident Unk Byron here with the fantastic Auntie Stacy.
Hello.
Today, we will once again be talking through some Reddit stories. Thank you for continuing to like, comment, start conversations, and sharing with your friends and family.
Please comment. Y'all be talking to me in person about
Not
the
calling
stuff.
nobody out.
But say what you gotta say in the comments, man. Get the conversation going. Get the community going. Let's go.
To happen under the video.
Yes.
And not be a text message after the fact. Like, oh, Byron, that jump was crazy. What y'all was talking about. That girl ran downstairs with her jogging shorts on and no drawers. That was wild. And that was a wild story.
Yeah.
Put it on a video. Let's start the show.
All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a theme. It's just crazy Reddit stories.
Crazy Reddit stories is a thing.
Okay. There we go.
All right.
My 26 female husband's 26 male family keeps referring to me as his best friend. What does this mean?
Wait a second. She's 26 female.
He's a 26 male.
He's 26 male.
And their family keeps referring to her as his best friend.
But they're
married. Husband.
Okay.
What does this mean?
Makes no sense at all. I mean, I would hope that you all would be best friends as husband and wife. However,
It's strange.
It's a little odd to never refer to her as the wife.
Correct.
Like you wanted him to continually be unmarried. Is there more to that story, or are we just talking about this?
It's a soul story.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. My husband Robbie, 26 male, and I, 26 female, got married earlier this year. It was a beautiful day, and I felt so much love and support from both sides of our family. 2 months after our wedding day, we celebrated my birthday at my in-laws' house. It was nothing major, just a dinner and a night together with me, my husband, his mom, 50s, and his dad, 50s male, and sister, 22. That is the first night I noticed them referring to me as Robbie's best friend. After my birthday dinner, we were all sitting together at the living room just chatting and having some drinks. That's when my sister-in-law got a phone call from a good friend of hers. When she answered the phone and her friend asked what she was doing, she replied that it was her brother's best friend's birthday.
Wow.
I had never heard anyone refer to me as Robbie's best friend. I am his wife, and before we were engaged for over 2 years. Hearing my sister-in-law refer to me like that confused me greatly. I always referred to her as my sister-in-law. I would expect her to do the same, or maybe even as Robbie's wife, but certainly not best friend. After my sister-in-law hung up the phone, I asked her why she referred to me the way she did. She did not at all seem abashed. She said, "Well, you are best friends, and that's what mom and dad call you," referring to mother-in-law and father-in-law. My sister-in-law and I are by no means very close, but we are nice to each other, and we have never had any fights. We just don't hang out outside of our family functions because our personalities are pretty different.
Understandable.
She's never made it seem like she was annoyed or mad at me. I decided to let it go that night, but even though it weirded me out. But then it happened again a few days ago, which is why I'm writing this post. My mother-in-law and I both work at the same industry doing similar jobs, but at different companies in the area. Sometimes our companies collaborate when we have clients who switch over. This week we had that happen, and I had to pay a visit to my mother-in-law's office to help a client transition. My mother-in-law was in the office, so I stopped by to say hello. While I was there, she introduced me to her colleague, and once again I was perplexed by how she did it. She said, "This is my son's best friend." And as I was shaking hands with this colleague, I paused and awkwardly said, "I'm his wife." The colleague looked confused, but my mother-in-law continued to smile and didn't address it. Once we were alone, I asked my mother-in-law why she referred to me like that. Just like my sister-in-law, she didn't seem to act weird at all and said the same thing. "Well, you are best friends." The only thing I could think to explain is that in my vows to Robbie, I promised to continue being his best friend. Nobody acted like this was odd or special, and I feel like it's a pretty common thing to put in vows. So I'm not sure why Robbie's family seems to have clung to it, unless it has nothing to do with everything. I've spoken to Robbie about this too, and he's also perplexed by it. He asked his parents privately about it, and they gave him the same answer they've been giving me. It just feels like some sort of bullying behavior to me, but I've never felt a sense of this from them before. Are they calling me his best friend because they don't like the fact I'm his wife? Or is it some inside joke they've been on without me? I'm not sure what to make of it, or especially since the in-laws are acting like it's not an issue when I bring it up. Yes, I'm Robbie's best friend, but I'm also his life partner and their daughter-in-law, sister-in-law. I don't know what to do. Any input or advice would be welcome.
It's definitely something kind of petty happening here. Because they have to understand those two things are not the same.
Yes.
You can't keep saying somebody's best friend and introducing them to strangers. Like, it's funny. Like, if we at a party, this is such his best friend. But even still, like, no.
Yep.
No, there's. I'm trying to even think of a scenario where that would be cool. It's almost like you trying to not respect that your son got married.
Yep.
And the thing is, if it was a thing for the family, you'd hear them doing it with other people, and your husband wouldn't be weirded out by it.
The mother and father would be calling each other best friends.
Right, if it was like that.
If
like,
that was a normal thing in their family.
It was normal. Like, that's. But the thing is, you're by yourself, and you're introducing somebody else outside the family at work. Mm-hmm. As like they're not in on it.
The context of that is weird, because if you would, there's so much context missing. Like, I'm introducing this person as my husband, my son's best friend.
Right.
They have no concept of how close. Like, that's actual family
like
to
you.
You
want him to be.
That's
still
family
single,
to you.
so
That's
you
your daughter-in-law.
Other women or something like that. That's weirdo. Nope, not okay. You should feel some type of way about it, but at the same time, I'm glad she talked to the husband. I'm glad he's weirded out by it too, because it's super stupid. And
yep.
Yeah, at least he's not like, what do you mean? No, we are best friends. If he would have did the same thing, we'd have a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I mean, honestly, as long as your spouse is in on it and you already want hanging out with the sister, just continue not doing so. Be cordial. Exactly. But if y'all wasn't close already, this feels like a little bit of disrespect. Just a little bit of disrespect.
It's a lot more than little.
Okay, yeah.
It's weird.
Yes.
So top comment was, how about just being straightforward? Say, yes, Robbie and I are best friends, but now that we're married, I would prefer that you refer to me as his wife,
right,
as I treasure our relationship. Thank you. I mean, yes, she shouldn't have to say that. How would you
feel if I had to say this is my best friend's parents instead of it's my mother-in-law? But I guess they probably don't care, because if they don't care, then that probably means they don't want to show that relationship.
Right.
If you start doing that and they don't feel weirded out about it, it's like, yeah, this is good. Keep it that way, because I don't want to be close to you. I don't know.
There is an update, but it's gone. But I'm going to tell you what it is.
What is it?
So things got to a head. There was a huge fight because she was supposed to go. They were supposed to go to dinner or something with the parents and the sister-in-law, and she wasn't able to go because she had to work. So she worked from home, and then the husband left and went, and he confronted them about it. Like, he was like, what the heck is going on?
Right.
Long story short, there was a bet with money between the parents and the sister-in-law about how long the marriage would last.
Oh my God.
And the dad bet that they would last forever. And the sister and the mom had different, like 6 months or a year. So
they're saying, like, if they broke up, it won't be an embarrassment. We just say this is his best friend. They're not speaking no more, instead of saying it's his wife. But now you're shaming the family. She was also, to me, like, if you're betting on something, which is awful, you can't go in there. And they said if they kept calling her best friend, she would question their relationship and question him. And then it would speed track the whole thing too. Yeah. Not that. That was actually kinder. That actually made more sense what you said. But the best friend thing was so that they could put a
So he went no contact with his family. The dad and the mom are fighting broke up-ish because the mom was mad at the dad for telling.
You know, this happens periodically, right? Men who are watching this show. Why does it randomly just end up being a hair from your mustache in your mouth?
Because that's normal.
I'm just saying, it's just so random that it just happens. You're talking. Anyway.
When you watch CSI or any of those shows, and they find hair falls.
Just like, why does Luke keep mess with his tongue? Like, anyway. Yeah,
so the dad and the mom got into a huge fight. The mom was very upset that the dad told, and then he came and slept over. He's staying over at their house now, and he's gone no contact with the sister and the mom.
Dad, you a real one for telling the truth.
This is an awful family.
Yeah.
And I guess they never really liked her because what was all that? She didn't even know.
That's wild. And then they're fake for being like, well, yeah, you are his best friend. Whoo! Already not hanging out. Keep not hanging out. I'm glad that the truth has been put out early. And now you got something to rally behind. Maybe your marriage even lasts even longer now.
I think so. I think when
because
you hear that, you don't want us.
You don't think we're going to last? We're going to work and we're going to stick
forever.
together. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Next story.
Okay.
Oh, was there comments? That was it?
There were comments, but basically along the lines of what we said. Like,
gotcha.
You know, and kudos that they were like saying kudos to the husband for
standing up.
Yeah, because a lot of these stories, you don't see that, right?
Nope. They will settle and join with mom, like how that one dude we had.
All right.
Disappeared with the divorce papers popping up the next day. That was crazy.
All right.
That was on a previous episode.
This is from the subreddit True Off My Chest.
Okay.
I broke off from being in a friend group I've known for 7 years over a tab at Chili's.
Over what at Chili's?
A tab at Chili's. The bill.
Okay. No, I follow. I just didn't know what you said the first time.
I, 20 female, have been friends with these two girls, Charlie, 20, and Alex, 20. We have been very close since middle school, and I get along with and fangirl over the same anime, K-pop bands, artists, etc. One day we decided to go to our favorite spot, Chili's. We always separate the bill and there are zero issues. However, Alex decides they want to invite a male friend, John, 18 male, which is fine with all of us. The food was good per usual. Then the server asked for split or one check. Then Charlie, who usually says it's separate every time we go out and eat, says all one, which I thought was just her feeling generous that day. But then they started giving John shit-eating grins. I don't know how else to say that.
I don't know what that. I got you, but go ahead. They just made up a word.
No, that's what people say.
Okay.
People. Charlie said, John, you're paying for all of us, just to be clear.
No.
John says, what?
John is 18.
With a visible confusion on his face. Alex and Charlie giggle, get up, and they leave. They signaled me to go as well, but I was just as confused as John was.
We're not doing that.
What the F just happened?
Time to go.
Me and John sit there awkwardly. The check comes to $125.
My gosh.
And I tell the server to give us a moment to provide payment. I only had enough for me, $30, and John only had enough for him, $40. Charlie texted in our group asking if I was coming with them. I told him, what the F are they doing? Then they went on some BS that John should want to impress us and that it's a man's role to treat us like princesses or some BS. I thought they were joking, but they were dead serious. And upon me going outside to physically confront them, they were serious because they had left me and John with no ride and the tab. I called my dad to see if he could spare me $60 and that he could just cut me off my allowance for 2 weeks. I explained the situation, but he agreed with Alex and Charlie and said this is John's problem now.
Oh my God.
And not mine. It was like the scene out of a movie. I was in complete disbelief. I explained the situation to the server, who was super cool, and said if you can't produce the payment now, I can just leave a number and they can charge me tomorrow. Out of one last-ditch effort, I called my uncle for the money, and he immediately understood and sent me the money, and even said he would be there to pick me and John up. I pay the
This
tab.
guy for cool uncles.
Right. I apologize heavily to John about the
Uncle's
entire
in the building.
situation, but he was actually really chill and super grateful for what I was doing. Because he only had $40 from his birthday money and decided to spend it with his quote-unquote friends.
He's 18.
I got a text from Alex in the group asking if John paid for the tab. I said, no, I did, side-eye, and they got mad at me. Then my dad asked what happened. I tell him the truth, that his brother paid for the tab, and he got mad at me. Do I live in the Twilight Zone? Am I crazy for not wanting to ruin a friend's life over Chili's? Anyways, after Alex saying, I'm just not going to invite guys to our plans anymore, I left the group chat and blocked both Alex and Charlie. John also cut ties with them, and we have started talking more, and they've sometimes played Fortnite together. Anyways, moral of the story, you think you know someone.
Fortnite, Lord. He was a kid, bro. That was stupid. First of all, you can't surprise somebody with a bill. Male, female, whatever.
Right.
You can't be like, guess what? You're paying. The kid is 18 years old. So when you're 18,
You ain't got no money.
you don't have money like that unless your parents have given it to you. Best case scenario, if you're not just in the streets hustling
right.
something
and
crazy.
He don't act like he's throwing money around all the time.
No. Like, what are we doing? You got a little job somewhere making minimum wage, working 30 hours and getting $200 after 2 weeks worth of work, and you want somebody to spend 125 of it, basically over half their full paycheck if they work that many hours.
If they work at all.
For two girls that he might not even
for his
like.
birthday money. He doesn't sound like he works.
Birthday money sounds like I don't have anything else.
Right.
So no, that's not cool. No, you should not feel any type of way about cutting people off like that, because the fact that they left you.
They left you and him. That's awful people.
Nah, you're not pulling off like and leaving me now. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get home too on top of this bill.
Yeah.
Even if she left him with the bill, she still is stranded now.
Correct.
Those are not good friends.
No.
You shouldn't feel any type of way. Find you some better people. There was a saying that I heard, but it's mine now because it's been enough time.
Okay.
It's been enough time for me to just say it like I own it. Someone said though, you got people who are with you for you. You got people who are for what you're for. You got people who are against what you're against. These people seem like they were for what you're for. And as long as, they were with you because you like the same stuff they like. And the moment those things diverged as far as their behavior is concerned, your friendship is over.
Yeah. And that's relationships too.
Yeah.
Not just friendships.
Yeah. So whatever it is, like you have to find people who are there for you. It's like, I don't care what you into, as long as it's not something polar opposite of something I can't give up, like God.
Right. Right.
If you're not anti-Christ,
like drugs, like deep drugs,
you know,
stuff
like
that.
there's
Harmful
levels,
activities and stuff.
But you know, like as long as you're not just on a path of destruction, like on some wild stuff to where I'm like, yo, I can't even be involved because you're influencing me negatively, then the person should be with you because they want to see you win, you know, and not just because, oh, they like the same music I like, or they hate the same. That's a huge
thing you just said.
What?
Say it again.
Which part?
They should be with you because they want to see you.
Yeah, win. They want to see you win.
That's really why friends should be friends.
Man, look.
Sometimes you find out a friend isn't a friend because you're doing too good.
Nope. We've had that happen. Like, if you win a little too much, people don't mind you winning as long as you don't win more than they win. And if you start going up a little too high, they got a problem with you.
Yeah. Then they start tearing you down or pulling away or something. You realize,
saying a little slick stuff, and it's like, okay, you know what? Those jokes are not jokes anymore. It's time for you to go.
If you really care about somebody, you want to see them win.
You got to win.
You got to be excited when good things happen to them.
Yeah. And then there's the other side, just to explain it a little more. But people who are against what you're against, is like,
we both don't like.
Right. if you're a racist, you know what I'm saying? And we both don't like that type of people. And if you're a racist, then it's kind of like, okay, well, now I'm saying I'm having a change of heart. Maybe those people over there ain't that bad. Let me stop being racist. Okay, if I'm no longer racist, now I can't be with you because you're saying I ain't changed. I still don't like them. So now we're on polar opposites. So that type of stuff, that's an extreme example, of course, but just to give it what I was saying, people being against what you're against and rallying with you because you're against what they're against as well. You have to be careful of both of those situations. Yes, they should blend a little bit because if somebody cares about you, they might be into what you're in. There's a possibility. But try to find people who want to see you win just because they like you as a person.
That's right.
I want to see you come up. You was in an apartment, now you bought a house, or you bought a building. You own multiple houses. I want to see you win. Become a millionaire. Yes. I don't care. You know, I want you to win. And that's something I never understood is people who see people win and then get angry. Like that should have been me. Like, are you willing to make the same sacrifices as I did?
But even if the person did make a sacrifice and they came into a windfall,
right? And
they're just a lucky son of a bee. Good. That's great.
And that's the thing is like sometimes it's gonna be like that too. You have
some people who were like they are not the sharpest tool in the shed, and
but they winning,
and that's okay too. All of it, if that's your friend,
and if
even if they're not your friend.
As long as, right, even if they're not your friend, like who cares who wins? And just like
when you don't clap for other people, your turn doesn't come.
There it is. Quote of the day. You don't clap for other people, your turn don't come.
Just
stay positive.
And then when your turn does come, you want to look around and wonder why people aren't clapping for you.
Everybody around me to win.
That's
I want
right.
you to come up. If you want a relationship, I want you to have it. If you want money, I want you to have money. Have more than me. You know, it doesn't matter. I haven't seen people who like get mad because you helping them out. That's very bizarre.
Right.
Just because you're in a position to help them out and then they get angry. Like, I can't believe because I should have been. Whew, okay. All right. Then, you know, like.
That's not your friend.
There's some sickos in this world, bro. Like. Anyway, I'm glad this happened while you're young.
Yeah,
because
and
you got
when
time
you're 18,
to make some real friends.
Go to school, wherever.
And who knows, you might make a real friend with John now because
there's an update.
Oh, praise God. Go ahead.
All right.
Tell them ladies to have a nice day.
I should probably emphasize that me and John didn't know each other before this happened.
And might have found your husband.
Yes, I am 20 and I still get a $50 a week allowance. I am actively looking for work. Some of you guys are antagonizing my dad, but yet want me to act like mine for not working. I don't know what that means. Antagonizing my dad, but yet want me. Okay. People are asking me why I didn't just pay for my own tab, give them my friends' numbers or addresses, and call the police. Yada, yada, yada.
That's a lot, if it's possible. I get it, though. But you don't see nobody go to jail.
I should have. That's what I should have done 100%.
Possible.
But I feel like John was already visibly stressed about the situation. I didn't want to escalate it to potentially more stress.
Right.
I was thinking about John's well-being above everything, and having someone else cover the rest of the money was the easiest solution for me.
Sweet.
Probably not the right one, but the easiest for me and John. John and I still play Fortnite and have been dabbling in Overwatch as well. He's actually a very funny guy who's open about his feelings.
Come on,
feelings? If we continue to connect like this, maybe we'll I may ask him for a proper date this go around.
Okay.
Through some casual friends, I learned that Alex and Charlie think I'm overreacting and the same BS as before, that John should have wanted to impress us and that John should have had more money knowing he was going out to eat with 3 girls. Shocker.
No way. First of all, everybody's not raised like that.
Right.
Everybody's not raised like that now.
Well, it's friends going out together. Like, I would not go out. Like, in my younger days, now I would be like, we could take care of the friends and stuff. Right. But 18, 19, 20, man, every man for themselves.
Yeah. And then on top of that, like, it wasn't even a date. Like, had he been dating one of them, and then it's like,
if he was dating one of them, he would have to pay for that the person, one person, exactly. Not the whole group of friends.
You know, you see stuff like this where it's like
ridiculous.
They start, I brought a friend and I want my friend, you to pay for them too. I seen that thing going around on Instagram. This was probably years ago now. This girl brought all these girls with them to dinner.
Yeah,
and it was her birthday, and then you got to pay for all.
There was a trend of that going on. I don't know if those things were real because
or not.
I have never met a girl. Well, I don't know. There's lots of people out there.
They exist,
but I have never met a person who would be like, "I'm gonna bring my friend, and you're gonna bring my friend." What are you? What? No.
Because I had a conversation. This was a circle girl. It wasn't somebody. It was one of my friends' friends. But I had a conversation with her. And we was talking, not casual like dating or nothing like that, but we was talking in person around all these friends. We had a conversation about a similar scenario. She was like, "Oh, well, all of my friends, this is how they move, da 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 da." Because I was like, "I'm not paying for you if we're not dating. Like, what do you? I don't know. Because I don't know if somebody made a joke or something, and I was just kind of like, I'm paying for myself. And then if I've got a girl, I pay for the girl or whatever. But I'm not buying a table full of women food just because y'all girls like." We're not doing that. She's like, well, she referenced her Lion sisters and how they got pairings of Greek fraternities, like deltas with the omegas or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, she mentioned something about like, oh, my brothers, da 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 da, and this is how they move. And I'm like, okay, but you're not attaching that to a real man because that's not a thing.
Right.
It's not a thing that like I have to budget if I go out. Surprise! I don't know how many people it's going to be.
And I also don't know how many.
I don't know what you're going to order, what the bill going to be. I just got to be ready.
Adding drinks onto there and stuff like that. I don't like when people listen. I don't like when girls. First of all, girls go out on a date with a guy. We just talked about this, and I don't really like him, but I'm just going for a free meal. That's ghetto. Stop. Okay. If you can't pay for your own meal, don't go out. Don't go out. Like, just go out and buy your own stuff.
Yeah.
Okay? Gross. Second of all, because this other person's paying, you're going to order stuff you normally wouldn't order.
Can't even pronounce the stuff on the menu.
Stop. Please. Order the things. I'm a person... when I go to a restaurant, I'm going to order what I want to order. So if it's $40,
can I have the chicken tenders, please?
No, I'm going to order the drink. I'm going to order the appetizer. Because I'm fully prepared to pay for that. Okay?
Yeah.
You cannot do that if my budget is $20. Don't look at the $40 meal and order an app and a drink and a this. Do not do that.
And then don't even eat it.
That's gross.
I had somebody do that to me one time. I don't think that it was a case of ordering. Well, I don't even know now to come to think about it because her character, I wouldn't put it past. I would definitely put it past her to order something. Like, she didn't seem like a type of person that would do this, but she ordered a very expensive steak and ate a part of it and then was done. And I was like, what is happening here? I was like, what is that? No, like I said, like she was a nice young lady, so I didn't put that on her to be like. I could
do something like that, but in my mind, if
you probably wouldn't have ordered this if we was
paying for yourself. If I was already, that's the problem.
Yeah.
If I'm going to a restaurant, I'm ordering what I want,
right?
Because that's how I'm prepared to pay for it.
Right.
But if someone else is paying for me, and it's a first date, I'm not going overboard. You know what I'm saying? I'm also being mindful of the other person, especially a first date, because the more food you order, the longer you're sitting there. You got to make sure that you want to be sitting there with that person.
I have the bread and the water, please. First date should be,
get a salad. First date should be coffee. I don't know why girls make you think I don't want to go chain restaurant. Man, if you don't make this a quick half an hour to an hour thing,
and
if we can be in and out, if it goes well, we can do a real date. Because no, I'm locked in here eating dinner with you. No. But anyways, that's just
waiting
me.
all this long
I'm not
time
in the game.
On the
haven't been in the game for a long time. But if I were, ain't no way. Actually, I probably would not be dating. I would just be like, I'm good. I'm single.
Dessert is a thing.
Yes, that's
going out for dessert.
Quick
is a thing. Like, hey, look, I know this place. They make a great cheesecake. Whatever.
Yes.
Let's go.
Quick, cute,
and do that.
Cheap and cheerful. But also could be decadent, like those nice dessert places. Even a tea
you
house.
might spend $15 on a piece of dessert. $10, that range, something
Even
nice.
if it's a $40 thing,
You got dessert that's $40 a piece.
Not $40 a piece, $40 for the
Oh,
day.
I said $15 because like those tiramisu we get was what?
No, but
they're like 10,
think
12.
about a Starbucks coffee is like
Starbucks
is like
$7. You're right. And once you add drinks and stuff like that to it, the tab overall go up. But but
I got 3 teas today and it was $15. It was tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, last one more time.
All right, here we go.
You gonna pay for everybody, John, with your 18-year-old self. You cut 2 yards. You know how many yards John got to cut to get that money back up to me $125? That's for like 5 yards he got to cut.
Well, he could drive Uber if he had a car.
If he got his license.
Right. Okay. I have 2 stories, and I want you to choose which one. I'm gonna read this storyline.
Okay.
You ready?
People gonna be mad, saying, "I wish you would have chose the other one." Like, giving all these choices.
You'll be all right.
All right. Let's hear.
Okay. First one is.
I'll take option 2. Just playing. Go ahead.
Am I the a-hole for canceling the wedding because my fiance made a secret deal with my dad? And the other one, best of Redditor updates. Am I wrong for questioning my whole relationship after I found out my boyfriend was pocketing my rent money?
So I was leaning towards one, because then I could write the topic as this episode, the secret deals. Like you had a secret deal with the first one with the marriage that happened. I'm calling best friend. It's a secret deal with your other friend. Like this guy didn't know he was going to pay for the bill and a secret deal.
Okay.
But I'm more intrigued by the second one.
That's fine. It'll work.
It ain't no secret deal though.
It'll work.
Go ahead.
All right. So second.
Yeah, sure.
Am I wrong? Oh, Lord.
Lost
Are they serious about life? Come on, guys.
Sounds like we're doing the first one. Secret
here.
deal. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Am I wrong for questioning my whole relationship after I found out my 27 female, BF 30 male boyfriend was pocketing my rent money?
Y'all done moved in together.
We have been together 5 years.
For 5 years. And you don't know he a thief.
Yeah. We live on a property on my boyfriend's dad that my boyfriend's dad is renting. His mom and dad live on one house on the property and we live on the other. When we moved in, he told us the rent was $1,600 for the house. So $800 each from my BF and I. A steal, I know. However, I just found out that my BF and his dad came to an agreement at the start of the lease last spring that his dad, would pay our rent in full, and that the money I pay my boyfriend for rent, I had presumed passed along to his dad for rent, my boyfriend could keep. He said they wanted to help him out by paying his rent and his car while he lived there with them. So this is how they thought to do it. I immediately felt betrayed for not being involved in knowing about this, but I also felt like it's a bit unethical because I wasn't aware of where my rent money was going. I had been suspicious for a while, but I finally had the courage to ask. He admitted it and my stomach sank. His first reaction was to be mad at me for being upset about it. His point of view is that they didn't tell me because it's not my business since I'm paying rent regardless. Therefore, if his dad wants to give him $800 a month for his car and also pay his rent to help him, this is a less roundabout way of doing it. He just keeps the $800 I'm spending for rent. He said, in essence, it isn't my money since it's rent money, so I shouldn't care where it ends up. He also said his dad asked him to keep it between him and his parents, secret deal, so he was put in a weird position. I can see how this logically makes sense, but I can't help but feel like I've been paying him $800 a month to keep without my knowledge. I'm not upset about his parents helping him. That is between them, and I don't want my rent covered either. I'm grateful for the cheap rent, and I believe I should be paying rent. It's just the dishonesty and the fact that he just transferred my rent money to his bank account without telling me for a year. That feels so wrong to me. We split everything else equally, like groceries, utilities, and internet, except the occasional date night where he pays. I'm close with his family and frequently have them over for dinner, so it hurts that they all knew something I didn't. I have a full-time and a side job. My boyfriend is self-employed but doesn't make too much from that. I don't typically mind, but I would like us to be more open with each other about finances. I don't know how to move forward from this, even though I want to be understanding and kind to him. Because he says it's a nuanced situation, and that I should know he isn't the type of person to steal from me. He's apologized for the dishonesty, but still doesn't see the issue. The relationship hasn't been perfect, but it has been worth staying for 5 years. I just don't know how to get rid of this gut feeling that this situation doesn't sit right with me. Plus, rent was due yesterday, and I haven't paid him yet. Is it grounds for a breakup, or can we work through it? If so, how? Or is it truly none of my business? Any advice is so appreciated.
Okay, so Reddit is not going to agree with me on this one at all. I'm just going to tell you that from the beginning. They're not going to agree because they never agree anyway, but they're not going to agree with me. You are overreacting. You're overreacting because I was thinking when I heard this story. So I know of a situation a long time ago where somebody was paying like rent like this, and they were pocketing the money, like just keeping it, and then
the rent wasn't getting paid.
The rent wasn't getting paid.
Oh yeah, that's a problem.
And it was like, oh shoot, you're actually stealing the money. I'm holding up my end of my bargain, and we finna get put out.
Right.
That's a different situation. So what she would have liked to see is, hey dad, here's the rent money from such and such. I'm transferring that to you. Okay, and dad, now I'm going to help you out, son. I'm going to send that money right back to you. It's like, why logistically would he transfer money to his dad, only have the dad to transfer it right back saying, well, this is the money for your car note? I see why they did it, and I also understand why they didn't tell you, because you would have reacted like this because you're being emotional. You're being emotional. This isn't about if he would. This is not theft, because the dad and the son had an agreement. So we're just cutting out the middleman, because he would have been passing the same money right back to him. It does not make sense to do that. Some people's bank accounts limit their transactions and how often you can do it. Maybe it makes more sense to just not send it over. Hey, look, she paid her money. Cool. All right, you keep it, because this is what I was going to send you back for your car note or whatever your other thing I was doing to help you out anyway. All right, end of discussion. Logistically, it works. Logically, it makes sense. It does not make sense to send him your money only for him to send it back. Now, if there was a third party involved and it's not the father and there's no agreement and he's keeping that money in his pocket, you have a problem. You have a problem.
Okay.
You need to break up immediately if that person was pocketing your money and you were about to get evicted. Your money is still paying the rent. It's just not moving how you thought it was moving. Yeah, you need to let that one go.
All right.
Update or no?
Yeah, this is long. I'm trying to bring it down. Let me see. Let me just read what somebody said. So somebody asked, I'm confused. BF's dad is renting a property that has 2 houses, but is paying rent for each of the houses separately or subletting one. You sure BF's dad doesn't just own the entire property? I would bet BF's dad just doesn't expect any rent for the house, and BF just told you the story to get the money from OP.
That could be true.
So she goes, no, it's like a big property with 2 small houses and their businesses on it. He rents the entire plot of land. He doesn't own it. Each house used to have its own rent along with the business spot, but now he just rents all 3 in one big lease. So somebody says, so there's no $1,600 rent to pay if he rents the entire property. It's just you paying $800 to your boyfriend. Dad isn't actually putting out any extra money for rent. He would be paying the same amount even if you and the boyfriend weren't there, since he rents the entire property.
Right, but he would be renting it to somebody else and getting the money.
$800.
But I'm saying if he wasn't renting out to his son, he would be getting more money.
So what's happening is, more than likely what's happening is that the dad is taking no money from the son.
Right.
And he's just giving this, and she's paying $800 to the son.
Right. That's what's happening. He said, I'm going to pay you a rent to help you out. But this is the cost of what it is. So this is what y'all going to split. So it's kind of like if you're renting something.
He's not giving the dad any money, though.
No, he's not.
So she's paying $800.
That's correct.
So why wouldn't he split the rent $400?
Because what they're saying on paper is the rent is $1,600.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound like the rent is anything.
What do you mean?
That man is paying for all 3 properties.
Yes. So here's what I'm talking about. I'm looking at this as if, let's say that's not the case. Because it doesn't matter. It's the dad's money. It ain't them. If they were living somewhere else on their own, and they were dealing with a third party that's not the dad.
Correct.
And they had to pay $1,600, the rent for you is $800.
Yes.
Because if you're not living here, you're living somewhere and you have to pay somebody rent.
I just think the guy is taking $800 from her and calling it rent money. Because I don't think the dad requires anything.
So you're saying that the guy's lying to her that there is no rent. He's just taking her money, and theoretically that could be the case. But she sounds like she knows their business.
Like what business?
All the stuff that's happening, saying it was 3 separate things, and now he's renting. She can say definitively.
And it used to be that he used to pay for each.
Right.
But now he's just paying for one big lease for all 3 properties.
That's correct. So you're saying, so making the assumption that she knows what she's talking about and that she's not been deceived, she needs to chill.
Right.
If she is being deceived and the dad owns the land and he's just taking her money, that's a problem. But, the son knows what the dad tells him. She knows what the son and the dad tell her. So if it's real, like I said, if we was not dealing with daddy owns the land and we're dealing with a regular person and we splitting the bill, if they say, look, this is the bill, this is what it is, and his dad is sending him money every month for his part, that's fine. It's a problem if the dad is being dishonest and saying like, man, really this is only worth $800, but I'm gonna tell her $1,600 and you just take that money.
Right.
That's the problem. So it's really about whether or not they are being honest with her about how much this stuff costs and if he's actually paying for it. If everything she stated was true.
And if everything he stated was true.
And if everything he stated is true, she should not have a problem.
Right. I think it's her. Yeah, because it really doesn't matter.
It doesn't
the dad
matter.
would send it back. Like, it doesn't.
It does not matter.
But if that's not true,
if that's not true, it's a problem.
Because she's just been giving him $800.
That is correct.
So here's the update. 6 weeks later, my 30 male boyfriend says I prioritize work too much, but he's basically unemployed. Is there such a difference in values, or this is a completely different
situation?
Yeah.
She wants to leave this man.
I've been with my boyfriend for 6 years now.
Wants to leave this man.
Listen,
because why are you bringing this up?
I haven't read this. I'm gonna see, but it's long, so I'm just gonna breeze through it. Okay. He's a content creator, posts 2 to 3 times a year. What? Maybe,
I don't know. He's probably
when certain products are released,
building tree houses in the forest by hand because those get millions of views.
I have a 9-to-5 job that is in my passion. I work from home about 35 hours a week, and I have 40 on a hard week. But I have a side job related to my full-time job that takes about 10 to 15 hours a month. I love my job, although it can be stressful. It's ultimately what I want to be doing, and I really don't think I overwork or prioritize it more than other things. I've always been super open about finances, but my boyfriend has not, which I respected, and I didn't push after some unpleasant conversations about finances.
Oh, I don't like this.
I thought as long as he had it together, I was okay with it. I recently found out that he's getting help from his parents on rent and his car payment, so I'm the only one paying rent essentially, and he hasn't made a livable wage from his content creation since around COVID, which is why he needs the help. When he isn't making content, which he makes content about 3 weeks out of the year, he's doing whatever he wants all day long. We've been living together for 2 years now, and it's frustrating that he hasn't tried to find another source of income and is okay just taking up help from his parents. He's not a 9-to-5 type of person, and that's okay, but I'd like him to do something. We were arguing recently over the financial situation. He told me that my job is taking away from my ability to be 100% present in our relationship, and it doesn't benefit him at all. He thinks the time I spend working and then the carryover after work whether it's stress or tiredness, is affecting us negatively. He also said he doesn't benefit from me having this job. He doesn't benefit from her having the job. I disagree since I'm the only one actually affording rent and our split household costs like groceries. He also said that if my focus was 100% on our household, then our house, between both of us, would be spotless.
Oh my God.
Okay. I'll admit I'm messier, occasionally leaving my coffee mug and breakfast dishes in the sink until after work, or not getting a chance to clean the litter box during my workday. I also have ADHD, so I will let laundry pile up and let my office get cluttered. But I'm working on it and I always make sure our common area is tidy. I think this is normal, but he sees this as a lack of investment on my part. For the record, he doesn't do more of the housework than me, other than vacuuming the house 1 to 2 times a day. Why is he vacuuming?
That's a lot of vacuuming. Go ahead.
But dishes, bathrooms, everything else we split. I do most of the cooking as well. He basically told me that he doesn't regret not having a job for the past 2 years because we were able to spend a lot of time together, and that I'm ungrateful not seeing the things he does for me, like make me the occasional breakfast or coffee during work. I'm grateful for these moments, but in my opinion, now is when we should be working to build a life together, which involves financial contribution from both parties. I honestly would have preferred less time together the past 2 years if it meant we could talk about marriage, buying a house, having kids in a realistic way. Now, given that I'm supporting myself at about a $60,000 a year and he isn't contributing anything else scares me. He says he never wants to be the person that works takes them away from their family or who prioritizes work over their family. He's raised the concern that if we did have kids, I'd be distracted by my job.
Oh my
I had working parents growing up, and it just makes sense to me that I'd be able to have both without being villainized. His belittlement of my job is hurtful because he knows it's my dream job and a super competitive field, so I care about it, but I also do prioritize our home and the rest of the time. I feel like he doesn't understand since he's never had a normal job. He's been working on creating an app that he says can bring us a lot of money in the future, and he's upset that I'm not being super supportive of it. Honestly, I'm supportive and I'm happy he's so invested in this project, but I wanted him to find a steadier source of income first. Is it just a difference in values that we can work through, or does it sound like a deal breaker? I forgot to add an important detail. He said he had to work on his mental health for the past few years, which is why he didn't seek a job sooner. This made me feel bad because I'm empathetic to his mental health struggles, but he never shared this with me, so from my point of view, it looks like a lack of care or effort.
I need you to tell him to have a nice day.
Deuces.
You got to tell him to have a nice day. This is not it. I knew his second post. When I heard, I was like, oh, she just want to break up with him. This needs to end. This isn't about the money, because the money, logically, it just makes sense. Won't move it to move it back. However, you have, how can I say this? This is an individual who, by the real definition of it, from the sounds of it, is lame. Lame. He's not going to get anything done because he has immobilized himself.
And his parents have
completely
supported that.
They have...
what's the word?
I'm trying to think of the word, too.
Come on, you know it.
I'm trying to think of the word, too. But
Enabled.
Enable. They are enablers. They have definitely made it to where his life is very comfortable. They are a safety net that is constantly going to be there. He has no reason to get out of it. It's one thing to have a pursuit of happiness type situation where somebody's hustling and it's just not working out, and then it finally works out. It's another thing to work out 3 weeks of the year and then complain that somebody's working too much and you have nothing going for yourself. Everything you have going for yourself is being given to you currently in this moment. And that only works if you're talking about God. Like, God can bless you with stuff. It does not work as a man who is talking about having a family to not want to work.
I would love to work 3 weeks out of the year.
That would be fantastic.
Forever.
But
I can't tell the other person. Well, I know I'm relying on somebody else's money. Because the 3 weeks out of the year, he's not even making money from that. That's just something he's not making money.
He's just doing stuff. And that's not okay.
But if I could work 3 weeks out of the year,
and you were making a lot of money from it, then it doesn't matter.
But you can't tell somebody else you're doing too much.
Yeah. I think that's a case of you showing me up.
And making me feel
you're
bad.
making me feel bad because I'm not going to do more. So I got to bring you down to my level.
And she's got a second job.
Second job is wild.
What she said is related to the other job.
Yeah, I get it. But I'm just saying, like, there, like, you can be a workaholic. That is a thing. I can see if she was working and she's doing 60, 70 hours. I don't know this. I'm just making the statement. If she's doing 60, 70 hours and he is like, yo, what would this look like if we had a family? Because you don't have time to do anything else.
Right.
Then that would kind of make a little bit of sense to make that statement. But if that's not the case, then help her come off one of the jobs by having a job yourself. Like, do something.
It doesn't even sound like she wants to come off the job.
No, I'm just saying, like, if it was a struggle type situation, like if it was a, hey, we got to have this so we can eat type situation, I would imagine, and hopefully some level of motherly instincts would kick in when she has a kid if she was working the other job and she didn't need to.
Well,
now,
she works 35 hours a week and she...
Exactly. I forgot about that part. It's not even a lot of time.
And she works from home.
Yeah. So, no, guy. Yeah, she this is not it. This is not it. The deceit... I feel like the beginning post was just a post to get herself talking. Because that other part was just kind of like...
other problem.
Yeah, the other problem was kind of...
Well, that came up after.
What?
6 weeks later.
No. I'm saying that the second conversation is what we really need to be talking about.
But that only came up after she found out.
Gotcha. No, I'm following. Yeah. I understand.
So she might have been pointing out issues with him. And then he's like, well, you know what? I don't like that you work that much. Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, sometimes we're treating the symptom instead of the root cause. What I'm speaking to. I'm like, even when I'm talking, be like, what are we really dealing with here? Like, what are we really dealing with? We're not talking about, I don't like that you're not chipping in enough on this other thing. We're talking about you don't bring nothing to the table. Right.
You're bringing nothing to the table. This man doesn't clean up. He's splitting the bills. And this is cool if you're John and you're 18. This is not cool to be 30. And I understand getting help from your family, but try to be doing something. I mean, tell me he's trying to still live a hoop dream and he's been playing ball and trying to get a deal overseas or going to the G League. Tell me he's still trying to be a rapper. Tell me he's trying to write a book.
When people are doing things like that, they're not doing it 3 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Give me something. Don't tell me.
He makes 3 posts. An influencer, he does 3 posts a year.
Bruh, you need to be doing three times a day if that's all you got going. Like, bruh, come on, man. Anyway.
This last thing.
Okay.
There's an edit. I'm moving out. An update. Mm-hmm. I'm moving out. I got approved for an apartment this weekend.
Praise God.
And I'm excited to have the space to gain my own perspective and clarity. Mm-hmm. We're staying together for now.
It's 5 years. That's why she's giving them time.
Yeah, and we will see how it goes when I move out. I think he's seeing it as an opportunity for me to regret moving out and come back to him.
He won't.
But I want it to be an opportunity for him to get his life together and build a life with me.
Doubt it.
I'm aware it's unlikely things will work out how I'm hoping, but I think whether we break up or stay together, moving out is my best next step.
Yeah.
Thank you for everyone who gave advice and validated how I was feeling. It's a weird situation after a lot of therapy and thinking. I'm okay with the fact that I don't have to keep playing a game with rules I don't understand.
Yeah, because he trying to surprise you with I got mental health issues and stuff, all of that. What was all this when we first got together? People be using that. People be using that, bro. That's going to sound
really insensitive, but sometimes people use it as a crutch. And then what can I say? It's like when people say, God told me to do X, Y, Z.
Right. You can't say nothing
to What can I say to that? I can't argue with that.
So if you say God says to
do X, Y, Z, I'm like, all right. Sometimes you could just be like, if somebody says God told me to kill blah blah blah. Okay, well then now you're talking nonsense. But like for a regular thing that somebody says, you're gonna be like, all right, well,
It is what it is.
And the conversation can't really move forward.
Nope.
So that's the same thing. It was like I had mental health issues, so that's why I couldn't. So he's
but
like,
this came out after all the foolishness came
Right.
out. Like, tell me about the mental health issues on, give me 6 months to a year in. We in a relationship,
Right.
things is going well. You waited. We moved in
It's
2
5
years,
years in.
and they 5 years in. 6 now.
They moved
I think
it
said
6 years
now.
at that point, yeah,
So they moved in,
for a year.
but they was in a relationship for 4 years prior to moving in. This is the first time I'm hearing about these mental health issues that prevent you from work. Bro, what have y'all been talking about on these phones?
Right.
Prior to, what have you been talking about on dates? Please tell me you're not just saying what's your favorite color 4 years into this relationship. What do you want out of life? Don't, folks. We're gonna say this for the square dudes. I'm not by any stretch of imagination telling you, and please stop saying this because I hear nightmare stories. Stop asking these women on the first date what they bring to the table. Don't do that.
That's a stupid question.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Why should I pick you?
It's
Don't do
triggering.
that. Don't do
Please
that.
stop.
Don't do that. Stop that. 'Cause that's silly. However, please have that conversation before you move into somebody's house.
Well, I don't even think
3
you should
years
frame it.
in, not even frame that way. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, have
You
conversations to
should
find
know
out
what the
what's
person
going on
bringing
and
to
where
the
they headed.
table.
Regular interview questions.
Okay,
What is happening?
We need to finish.
Okay, we done. I don't know if is it thunder and lightning?
I guess.
Yeah, that's our sign. Wrap up.
Peace up, 8 down.
Please continue to like, comment, subscribe. Anyway, talk to y'all later.
Bye.